undergrad was not in marketing research. I graduated as a microbiologist, not even anything that is related to market research. So when I started looking for the job and I didn't see, I just one of my friends just said, let's go to RMS. You can go and work as an interviewer. And by the time I got there, by the time I started, I look at it that okay, this is actually interesting. Because to me, I don't know anything about market research. I was never a social science student. I don't even know anything about doing research. My own research was basically science research, maybe laboratory, culturing agar, and the like. So I don't know anything about how they do that. So immediately I got there, I was like, okay, this is actually interesting. Basically, everything that every production or everything that consumer consumes is really based on their own opinion, not even the opinion of the industry or the company, the producer. I said, okay, this is actually interesting. And I look at it that fine. That means if you want to, so I love hearing from respondents. I love getting those information from them. That's why my passion just drifted from my science life to, okay, this is something that I think I can do. And I like meeting people. I like to, I'm a good listener, so I want to listen. I want to know more. So that was what changed my attraction from my laboratory culturing of agar to marketing research, as in getting
Wow,
to
that's
hear from
interesting.
the source instead of just reading it. Yeah.
That's interesting, man. So, looking back at your early career, what experiences shaped your understanding of professionalism and career growth?
Hmm. My experiences, because I've worked across the project and the teams, I think my managing of, aside from managing of field operations, you get it to the compliance. And I look at it that every stage of my career, really like shaped my professionalism. Because if you don't pass through that operational level, if you don't pass through, if I say operational level, you have to start like an interviewer. If you don't have the knowledge of an interviewer or what an interviewer does, what a supervisor does, or what field coordinator, every of those stages, I passed through it. I was able to collect data directly from respondents, was able to supervise an interviewer, was able to supervise, look through what a supervisor is doing, manage field coordinators, to that level before I get to compliance. And I look at that, assuming I hadn't gotten to that level, I may not get to my level of professionalism may not be as as good as I'm looking at it because of other levels that I've passed through that I've had knowledge. So I would say consistency. I was consistent from beginning. You get it. Okay, this is the next level. Let me. There was reliability. I would say reliability too. I was reliable. I was like, okay, if I want to move to this level, I must be able to prove myself that I understand it. And then integrity, because in all of it, if I wasn't a good interviewer, I won't be promoted to supervisor. So all these things coupled together, and let me say the key word, consistency, from an interviewer to a compliance manager.
Mm. Now, you've spoken about consistency, reliability, integrity. That leads me to my next question.
Yeah.
And because many,
Mm-hmm.
many young professionals, they focus more on technical skills and leave out the soft skills. And I know you've mentioned some of the three top skills that are important to you. Are they more that you
Yes.
think that young professionals should focus on, or do you think these are just it?
Okay, talking about technical skill now.
Soft,
That's
soft
importance of
skills.
soft skill. Okay.
Soft skills. What
Okay.
soft?
It is not, you can be technically skilled, but if those other soft skills are not there, you may remain, or you can remain where you are. If you don't have emotional intelligence,
Mm,
if you don't have a collaborative spirit, if you don't communicate well, I can say, okay, I'm technically sound, but is my emotional, because intelligence is part of the soft skill, and your communication skill is still part of it. If you don't know how to communicate, if you don't know how to put down what you said technically you are sound in, you can't move up. So it is not about technical skill alone. You have to like match everything together, because the soft skill will even make you more efficient. You get it? Technical skill will help you out that, okay, this is it. But you see that soft skill, if you marry it together, you will be more influential.
Mm.
You will get to, at least you can sit with the kings and queens in the industry that, okay, this is you. Because I mentioned kings and queens. Yes, now, in research, you have kings and queens. So,
really?
so
That's
people that
interesting.
are like,
That's
yeah,
very
so
interesting.
that's it. I have to.
So were there moments in your career that you say shaped how you saw professionalism or shaped your leadership skills as large or personal growth as well?
Hmm. Shaped my leadership skill.
Yeah.
Hmm. You know what? I look at it that because of my background, I use my compliance as my compliance experience and as an example now. Because where I was before, I look at things as I look at it that why are they always picking on field operation? You get it? Why would they say, okay, they didn't do this, they didn't do that? But until I get to compliance, that's where I know that is due to weak accountability. Then when if you look at when they said, okay, you have to go and do a project, maybe you didn't do this, the quotas are not matching, blah, 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 blah. Majority of feed operation, if you're in feed operation, we usually take it personal because look at it, you've tried your best. What do they want you to do? The next statement that will come out from our mouth, can they go to feed and start counting sampling gap? But we don't know that this we don't usually know that it is due to our not being accountable for it. So when I got to compliance, I was able to say, okay, I was able to now understand that you need to manage operational gaps. You need to do this for this to happen. So I was able to now fit into that. I already know the weakness. I already know the gap that they have. So my compliance leadership program.
Mm. All right, Ma. So I see that your career has evolved from being an interviewer down to compliance. So what has helped you to remain adaptable through those transitions? You've transitioned from different parts in this research industry. So what has made you adapt to each transitions?
Okay, I think the first thing I would say is adaptability. You get it. And two, throughout my career growth, I was able to understand the business more than my role. You know, some of us,
Mm.
it is that role that is on our head. But do you understand the business beyond that role that you are being given? It is okay for us to say, okay, I want to be promoted to the next level. My own, I was not even about promotion. I was every step I am, I want to understand. And I was open to feedback. If you say, Ronke, you didn't do this thing very well, this is how to do it. Okay. I'm always open to changes. If you bring it, okay, is this a new thing? Let me try it. In trying it, I take learnings from it and I pass it down to other people. So I say adaptability, as in I was like, okay, continuous learning, understanding, okay, this is the business. This is what the business wants. But my role at this point in time, let me put it aside. Let me work on what the business wants. So that was what I did all through.
Okay, ma. So, aside adaptability and consistency, like you mentioned, what are some realities about young professional growth that young professionals often discover too late? Like, what are those realities about growth process that we tend to discover late?
Hmm. I One thing I'll say is that when we talk about growth, it takes time. You get it. If you give birth to a child today, you not expect that the child will just be 20 years immediately. So it takes stages. So I believe there is no, as in, for for the reality is that for younger professionals, they should look at it that you don't, hold on, please. Hold on. So you will look at it that you don't, hold on, please. Sorry.
That's fine, ma.
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
It's fine, ma.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine, ma.
So they need to know that growth takes time. You don't just look at it that okay, you just want to get to a certain stage. You have to pass through the process because that was what I did. And I look at it that okay, during my growth, I was able to document, I was able to like be accountable. You get it. So growth requires documentation and accountability. If you are in this role, okay, check your own. I usually like self-appraisal. Whatever I do, I want to look at it that, okay, how far have you done? Are you doing well on this? And there's sometimes that even in my growth, if I'm not really, there was a time that I wasn't really good at a particular thing, I had to reach out to people that knows more than me, even that are not even in Nigeria, that okay, please, how can you help me with this thing? I want to really learn about this. So growth is not just, it's just like you want to have it na. No, it has to be a process.
When it's time, you have to meet.
Industry.
Ìrànlẹ́ kò kọ́ mi.
Wọ́n fẹ́ fi ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn kọ́ gbogbo àwọn ìkọ́ gbogbo wa mọ̀ pé co-packing làwọn fẹ́ ṣe co-packing that you don't have the company name. So I want to look for that mail that we were asking.
Are you with me, ma?
I can't hear that person. I think somebody was speaking, but I can't hear. I don't know.
Can you
Can
hear
There
you
was
us?
hear
an
us?
Can you hear us now?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So I was saying across industries today, trust and credibility have become increasingly important. How do professionals build reputations that people can rely on?
Professional build reputation that people can rely on. You have to be disciplined. You get it. If you want people to rely on you, you need to be disciplined. You need to have, I told you that there was continuous learning. You have to have that learning mindset that, okay, you know this, but you want to learn more. Not that you know it, you don't want to accept any other thing. You get what I'm saying? Then, when it comes to research, whether operations, whether clients, whether client servicing, everybody works under pressure. Because that's where you see your client that say, okay, I need this, and you must give it to me. Even you have your own timeline, you come with another timeline that you need to work with. So you must be able to work as a balancing your pressure, but you must be able to respond and still be reliable under pressure. So you discipline yourself, have a learning mindset, have like a mature mind, have emotional intelligence. That's what I believe it requires.
Yeah. Thank you, Matt. So, our dearest listeners, I'm sure you're enjoying this session and you have your burning questions. Don't forget to drop it in the chat box. And I'm very sure that Mrs. Ronke would be able to answer your questions. There will be time assigned for that. Thank you. Now, Mrs. Ronke, many professionals today working. Can you hear me, Ma?
Yes, I can hear you now. I think the internet connection was unstable at the point.
Oh, okay, thank you. So many professionals today, they work in fast-moving and high-pressure environments, including our industry. It's fast-paced, I would say. What has helped you maintain discipline, consistency, and even professional standard throughout this over 17 years, Ma, in your career?
You are talking to a compliance person. Okay. I know you understand by the time I start talking to you.
Okay.
I mentioned discipline. You have to have like a personal discipline. Personally, you have to say, okay, this is you close your eyes to wrongdoings that people think that are normal or that people think that are easy way out of issues. You get what I'm saying? So you have to have that personal discipline that you can stand and say, no, you are not going to. You can say, no, you are not going to do it, even when you know that others are doing it. You get it. You say no.
Oh.
So you have to have like a personal discipline. You have to have like a personal discipline. And again, you need to have like a checklist. I always tell people, anything that you want to do, write it. Some people use stick notes. You have to have, that checklist now. For some people, it's like a to-do list. You get it? It's like a to-do list. So you have to have a checklist that, okay, this is the checklist. And there should be a place for process. If the process is lacking, that's when you see that you see things falling apart. When there are process gaps, you see things falling apart. So that is it. So you have to have personal discipline, then checklist, you get it. You have to have your to-do list that, okay, this is what you want to do, and processes must be there. There should be processes. If there are no processes, there won't be standard. And for some, you have a standard operating processes. We call them SOPs. So SOPs should be in place. At least for me now, I should be able to know what you want to do. I should be able to know that, okay, the next department, this is what they are supposed to do and when they are supposed to do it. So that's how to maintain discipline and standard.
Thank you, Ma. You currently work in a role closely connected to compliance and operational accountability. Do you think integrity and structure matter so much in research and business decision making today?
It matters.
Why?
It matters because in every what is it called? In every decision of a business, integrity must be there. In fact, I diverge a bit. Even in data quality, when you look at information security, there are three key things in information security that we call CIA. That CIA means confidentiality, integrity, and availability. In every data, you have to check the integrity of that data. So as a business owner, or whether you're in the business or whether the integrity matters. And without integrity and structure, you see good data that you think you've collected can lead to poor business decision. You get it? It can lead to poor business decision. So that's just it. Hold on, please. Just hold on. Just a minute.
All right, dearest listeners, whilst we hold on or wait for Mrs. Ronke, please do not forget to drop your questions in the chat box. We've had a lot, and for those who came in late, we've had Mrs. Ronke talk about the importance of consistency, reliability, integrity, emotional intelligence, communication, and collaboration. Soft skills needed to grow within the industry as young professionals. I'm very sure there are a lot of young professionals on this call, and do a lot of self-appraisals. That's important to her. So while we wait for her, please do not forget once again to drop in your questions. We'll have time for that. Yeah. Okay, so maybe while we wait for Mrs. Ronke, Joyce, what has been some catchy things she said so far?
Okay, so I would say one of the most interesting things I've heard is that growth isn't fast-paced. You don't just wake up and you're so good in market research. It takes time. It takes you going from the first step, like she said, she came from an interviewer and she kept growing. So that's what I've done so far.
All right. Hi, Mrs. Ronke. Are you back here?
Yes, I'm back. Sorry.
It's fine. I need a recap of what you've said so far.
Okay, so we talked about integrity. We're talking about data integrity, right? We talked about integrity. And I was telling you that, okay, that it is very important in business decision that and for I spoke about information security. That okay, there are three key things in information security, which is confidentiality, integrity, and availability. That every data that we collect, that at least the data integrity matters. And I talked about with that integrity and structure, every good data that you think that you collected may lead to business, poor business decisions. I think that was the last thing that I said before my, sorry, my my breakout breakout
Fine,
session.
ma. It's
And
fine,
then
ma.
I would say integrity when it comes to marketing research, integrity protects credibility. If you think you are credible and the integrity is not there, there won't be any protection. So is your
Mm,
integrity that will protect the credibility of that business.
mm, mm. All right, ma. So, what do you think are some common mistakes young professionals make when they're trying to grow quickly in their careers?
Ah, you see this one. This one. I think young people, the common mistake. I will look at it as okay, I will mention like just three. Avoiding accountability. Everybody, we have that problem. We don't like taking ownership. And we don't know that when you are accountable, when you take ownership, that is when you learn and you can be able to now apply that learning into other tasks, which at the end of the day, the mistake may not happen again. But if you don't take ownership, you are not accountable. That's another common mistake. And majority of young professionals now, they want rapid growth. Just like I am now. I'm not the head, I'm not the CEO, but I know I have to I have levels, I have stages to get to. I'm supposed to get to certain levels, maybe like close like the gap of like 3 or 4 levels before getting to MDCO. And I'm looking at it that as I am now, I want to be MDCO of where I work. So they want rapid promotion without depth. Rapid promotion that okay, I spent 2 years now, they're supposed to have promoted me. But do they look at that 2 years that you have spent? Have you learned? Are you ready for that next stage? And they don't like feedbacks. I've seen them. If you give them feedback, it's as if you're wanting them. Is it only me? That's how I should be talking. Is it only me? So those are the common mistakes. You see, if they put all these things out and you are ready to learn, I think in my career, no, I don't. I can stay if you like, stay there for 3 years, but I look at that. Let me just grow. So your growth has to be like it has to be like something that you have passion for, as in what to do, you have passion for it, not that it's because you are earning money. That's why you are doing this. And you want that promotion. No, 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 no. No. So those three things. They want rapid promotion. They want to jump levels. Everybody likes money. Promotion comes with money. They don't like feedback. Feedback is the problem of younger professionals nowadays. And accountability and ownership. If they don't
Mm.
take ownership, if they are not, don't want to be accountable.
All right, thank you, ma. There are a lot of young people on the call. We are learning. We are learning.
We are taking feedback.
We'll take feedbacks more. All
Mhm.
right, let's then talk. Let's go into industry evolution. We
Yeah.
see that there's some sort of there are interconnections between research, data, marketing, consulting, even quality control. How do you see this shaping the future of professional careers?
Mm. Mm. Okay, I'll say, you know, everything is like, how would I put it? They've, like you said, they've they've entered each other. In mathematics, you call it sets in
Yeah.
mathematics, and you have subsets, those circles. So, like field operation cannot do without QC. QC cannot do without data analyst. Data analyst cannot do without what is it called? Client servicing. Everything is just roundabout it. So it's like saying that okay, there's like operational integration. Everything is just integrated together, and technologically, they need to like enable the technological insight for everything to, since they are not integrated together, for everything to work well and connect to the business outcome. So everybody needs to think beyond your own role. Why I want to say that is that, at times I've been in situation that QC will send something to me. I look at it that why is QC even doing this? Why are they sending this thing to us? Until I look at it one day that okay, my problem should be QC problem, because you know that if I don't fix that, it's going to affect the business, the final delivery. So everybody that is integrated like that the way you mentioned, we should all look beyond that job title of each of those departments, of each of those units, and understand that our function, you see all those functions that you have mentioned, we determine the outcome, you get it, of the business. All those functions, they are connected together for the business to be able to deliver well. So if you think that this is you, I'm compliance. Because I'm compliance, I I I audit the processes. Maybe my goal is just to audit the process. So I'm just auditing the process. Why am I auditing the process? Is it not for the business to deliver to the end client? Very well. So if I think I want to just stay apart, I'll be looking at those ones. No, I will still have to join them, because everybody will have to be integrated together to help the business to deliver. So we look beyond the title and make sure that we all connect together, every unit connect together to allow the business deliver right.
Right. Okay, so we know AI and technology is rapidly changing many industries. What human skills do you believe will remain most valuable regardless of the changes of technology?
Mm, mm. I always tell people that whether AI, whether in fact we have a lot of them sef, there are now many that they just be popping up that okay, subscribe to this, subscribe to that. And as you have, AI cannot take over your human judgment. For example, we do marketing side. Is it AI that follows you to the market to do the marketing side? By the time you are writing that, it is what you see. You get what I'm saying? That you will
Yeah.
write down, that will shaping that report. So human, your human judgment, your integrity, AI cannot replace it at all. When you talked about AI, you have your own critical thinking. You can sit down and think that okay, this is what to bought in the market. This is how you think that this report, this is how you think that this report should go from the storyline to everything. I think the storyline should align. When you are presenting and you are presenting your report to your client, AI will not help you present because you still open your mouth to do that presentation. You still open your mouth. Can you hear me?
Yes, I
Yes,
can
I
hear
can
you.
hear you.
I can hear you perfectly,
Yes,
ma.
okay. Okay. So AI cannot open your mouth, cannot be the one to talk for you when you are when you are presenting. Your leadership skill. Leadership is not about writing alone. It is about action. AI will not action it for you. You be the one. It's inbuilt. You get it. It's inbuilt. Even if you use AI for your communication, by the time you open your mouth, it is still you that will talk, not AI. So to me, they can be automated, but it can't replace those things that I've mentioned. Anything that has to be actioned by you, that you know, AI cannot replace it.
Mm, mm. Still talking about the future, ma. Um, in the research and insight industry, what changes do you believe that young professionals should start preparing for now?
Okay, what I would say is that for young professionals, they should, there's AI now. And with this AI, there should be need for adaptability. You get it. As I'm talking to you, I, me too, I'm trying to like get to the level of what is it called? Automating some of my report. That was what I did. I think was it in March? No, February. I think it was February. That I was like, okay, let me just this report, let it be automated so that people can only see the dashboard. So if you what they should prepare for is that they already have digital uh, adaptability. So what they need is for them to combine their human skill, your skill now as a person, you combine it with the digital. And by the time you combine the two together, both becomes highly relevant. So you don't have to depend solely on AI alone. You have to marry the two together for it to be very, very relevant. That's just my advice.
Um, what does effective leadership look like in today's increasing and complex world? What would you say effective leadership looks like? Can you hear me, ma?
One cannot do without each other. You can't. So you have to just like they should prepare for marrying their human skill with the AI or the digital skill that they already have and they are evolving to.
For our listeners, I hope you're all dropping your questions in the chat box.
Mm.
So, what does effective leadership look like in today's world?
Mm. Effective leadership.
Yes.
Okay, I will always tell people that leadership is not if you are a leader, it is not you should not be an author.
Hi, Mrs. Ronke. I think we lost Mrs.
Authoritarian. You
Hi,
get
Mrs.
it.
Ronke.
Leadership entails now is listening here. You have to listen. You have to be patient. You have to be You have to be consistent. You have to have empathy. Some of us leaders at times, what we do is she not supposed to do it? Is she expecting me to do it? You get what I'm saying? You need to have empathy. And empathy, you see that empathy that I'm talking about, you have to have it before you even get to a stage. You must be ready to collaborate. As I am, in my position, I still go as low to field coordinator if I know that okay, there's something that I need to clarify. What do you understand about this? Okay, how can I do it? So you must be able to collaborate with everybody, with everybody. So you must be able to collaborate with everybody. Hold on, please.
All right. Yeah. So
Sorry,
okay,
I'm so sorry. No,
it's
you can
fine.
go. No, it's okay. So that's it. You have to like, and as a leader, you need to understand your growth pace. You get it. Like I said, don't just look at it that this person. Okay, I've used the word. We should not. Which word do I want to use? Oh, avoid comparison. You have people reporting to you. You know one is good, one is like struggling. Avoid comparison. Instead of comparing, make sure that you grow the one that is lagging behind. So that's what leadership entails. Don't compare. Have a listening here. You have to be empathetic. You have to like listen to them, collaborate with your team. That's that's what leadership is. There's more, but those are the key things that I believe that okay, you should be able to do. Take accountability. If you are a leader, you say, okay, do this. That's what I like to do. If I say, okay, this is what we want to do, I make sure that I start it first. I do it first before passing it to others. So let them see you doing that thing. Not that you just see that in as an authoritarian, you do this, you sit down there. That's how to do it. No, this is wrong. Go back and do it. No, that's that's not what leadership entails.
Soma, you've spoken a lot about leadership, and just a follow-up question from my end would be, what experiences taught you most about leadership? What experiences taught you to be very empathetic, to avoid comparison, just as you said, and all those other things that would make one a good leader?
What come back with the
What,
question.
what experiences taught you the most about leadership, on how to be a good leader?
Experiences.
Yeah, you
Okay.
could share a story if you don't mind.
Okay. I'll say I've had people reporting to me that they don't, there's some things that they'll say, okay, it is only you that they trained, so you should be the one to do it. I look at it that if these guys are here, they may be in this company, if they don't know that thing, they will not be able to grow to the next level. So I usually take my time to say, okay, this is what I know. Are you ready to step into this without even without even asking me? I just okay, this is what I want to do. And I train them without them coming to me. One thing is for someone to come to you that, okay, I want to know this. But one thing is for you to say as a leader that this person needs help. I think he can do more than what he or she is doing. And I've seen myself, seeing people, seeing what they can do, and picking them that, okay, I know that you can do this. Come and do it. Prove yourself. And I'm so happy that I've seen so many of them growing in research today. At times they just come that Madam Credit, I just like that. That is just keep doing you and keep doing the work. Don't compromise. If you don't compromise, it's fine. Then the sky is, I won't say the sky is all your limit because you can say even grow more than that. So what I would say is that I've been able to like teach people, bring them out without even asking or without even what they are not even supposed to learn. Maybe it's like two levels that they are supposed to learn that and come. Let me teach you how to do it. And some of them are still enjoying that teaching till today. So I said that's what I've done. Listening here, be able to listen, be able to solve issues without being judgmental. You have to be truthful. If you are truthful, okay, let's solve it without being judgmental. When we finish solving the issue, we can come back to where the mistake come from. So that's what I'll say.
Wow. So let's go back 17 years. What advice would you give your younger self at the beginning of your career?
My younger self. My younger self. My younger self was a novice because it wasn't something. It wasn't something I was prepared for. I think I didn't mention. I got a job before. I got a job in Ekiti. Then at Ikogosi, this Ikogosi. I got a job at the Gosi water. So when I went, I was like, I'm not come and stay in this bush. What will I be doing in this bush? I just I just left. I said, I'm not working here. And sorry for digressing. And it was my dad that got me that job because I went for the interview, I passed. And I still remember they were asking me a question in that interview. I said, I can't come to this place. That there's no light here. What am I doing here? They still gave me a employment letter. I said I wasn't working. My dad got angry that I was not going to look for a job again. That I was not, he was angry that if I wanted to do my master's, I should go and do the master's, the master's myself. That because I didn't want to work. I left as a whole work to come and start interview. So that's why I said my beginning. I was I was a novice. But what I will say is that I will say you have to be patient and you have to respect the process, understand the process. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. You get it? Don't be afraid at all of mistakes. If you make mistakes, it is you that made that mistake that will do what? That will correct it. If you don't make mistake, you cannot learn. So, and then you have to build relationship. For my younger self, anyway, you have to build relationship, professional relationship. That anywhere you get to, if you like, yeah, okay, this is this. So that's how to, you have to build relationship. And I think I'll use one example in that relationship. I remember when I joined, was it? Yes, I joined Ipsos there. They were doing this, what is it called? There was this valued award that they did. So valued award is in SSA, all SSA. In fact, not all SSA, but you have it's regionalized, so it's worldwide, it's a global. And they just said everybody should nominate. So people were nominating. The next thing that I said that okay, it was my name I was the only person that was nominated in SSA. I was like, who nominated me? Why did they? I was still asking questions. But lo and behold, it was even Kenya staff that even nominated me more. So that's why I want to talk more about that relationship. Wherever you get to, build relationship. If anybody brings problem that okay, Onye, can you just help me out on this thing? If it's something you can do, please pick it up and help that person. If it's something you cannot do, you can refer. Okay, this is not my area of specialty. Let me refer you to the person that can help you. That's building relationship. So to my younger self, you have to be patient. At times it may be my first salary, if I tell you, when I first started, it was 15,000. If I'm not, that is one salary. As an interviewer then, I was collecting 400 naira per day. It requires what? Patience. You have to, you have to respect the process. So don't jump. So patience. Don't be afraid of mistake, please. If you make mistake, I always tell people that if you fall down here, you have to stand up where you fall so that you don't make that mistake. But if you say you want to crawl to another place before you can stand up, you will have more wants. So when you talk about growing, you will make mistakes, but you correct the mistakes. You correct the mistakes and build relationship, please.
All right. Thank you very much, Ma. We are taking notes. It's been a whole lot. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us, really. Talking about building relationship,
Mhm.
what I'm sure you had mentors, people you looked up to whilst you grew within the industry. Um, what role has mentorship played in your own professional growth or your professional journey as a whole?
Okay. I would say I had men. No, I think I had mentors, but there's one particular one that is very, very. There's no, it's coming up from somewhere.
Okay, that has been addressed, Ma.
There was no, it's coming up, so I
Yeah,
asked
it
it.
has been addressed. Yeah,
So
thank
I
you.
I'll say um for mentorship, I'll say continuous development. I've had um I've had mentors that mentored me, but there's this particular one that is so there to, as in, if I say that person mentored me, he actually did. Even when he left Nigeria, I was still mentoring. That okay, Ronke, that is how you should do it. This is what you should do. So I say learning experience from professionals. I was able to learn from them. I was, even if I know that okay, you are my age mates, that okay, maybe we are friends, but professionally you are higher than me. You've gone beyond the level that I am. I learn from you. I don't look at it that this person is my mate. I don't look at it that this is a junior person to me when it comes to age wise. I was able to learn. I learned from professional experience. Not that I just look at it that he's younger than me. Oh, will I be able to go and learn from professional experience, then be able to know what their leadership style is. Be able to know what their leadership style is. Okay, if you want someone to mentor you, you look at it that okay, is this something that you can imitate, something that you can do? I've imitated one of my mentors before, and I know what, at least I was able to get to that level because we tell you, say, Ronke, I don't want, don't be, don't let people tell you what to do. Be far ahead of people. Be the one to be telling them there is danger in front. Let's correct it. Not that you sit down, somebody will now come and tell you that this is danger. That strategically, you have to think very well. You have to be ahead. So is this something that you can imitate? That's why I'm saying that, okay, you have to know their leadership style. Is it what you can take? Because that's what I did. I I I work with that person. I know that okay, this is how it works. This is what he has done to get to this level, and I picked it up. and it worked for me. So that is it.
Right.
And you know, exposure too can even, exposure too will help. Exposure
Mm.
will help.
You what way,
Don't
ma?
do, don't be too like this. Don't be too like this. Exposure will help. Open your mouth and say it when you are not doing it right.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
So, you've mentored people and you've also been mentored. What are those principles that has guided your professional life consistently over the years?
Ah, mm, those principles.
Yeah.
That is personal. Okay, I'll say consistency and integrity. You get it? Consistency and integrity. I make sure that I don't leave you the way I meet you.
Mm.
You get it? I don't leave you, or you don't leave a system. I don't leave a system the way I meet them. You know, when you go out of somebody's life, when you go out of a system, with that one that they say, ah, Atumilonye is here now, she would have solved this problem for also. That was what I did. Consistency. I was consistent that okay. And my integrity. I don't play with it, or I don't joke with it. No matter how you ice your whatever, I'll tell you that no, 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 no. Remove the icing. Let's see what is inside. So that was what I did. And then discipline. I was disciplined. I've mentioned it very well. And you know, as I was growing, I look at it that okay, you can be competent and not consistent. So if you are competent and you're not consistent, it will not work. So I look at it, every of my books, okay, I can do this now. But the consistency was what I always put beside it. If I do this one, okay, you have to be consistent. If nobody is there, your integrity, your consistency must be the same. So that was what I did. Consistency, integrity, and discipline.
Mm. Consistency, integrity, and discipline, key principles. Noted, ma.
Mm.
Now, finally, from my end would be, what would you like young professionals across the industry, the insight industry, to remember as they build their careers?
Mm. Number one, where I stop, maintain integrity. That is key.
Mm.
Please maintain integrity. And two, embrace growth. You get what I'm saying? Your
Yes, ma'am.
growth. Don't just look at it that, growth comes in so many ways because growth is not just a one-way thing like that. They'll say, okay, you want to stand up today, you are standing up. No. Before a child stands, he will crawl before standing. That's how growth is. So the process of scratching your body, the process of making mistake in the process of growing, please embrace it. Know that it is part of what? It is part of that growth. Then what I will advise again is you have to be teachable as a young professional. Please, if they say, okay, this is wrong, please make sure you correct yourself. Make sure you, so many calls coming in, many calls coming in. So make sure you correct yourself. Make sure like, okay, you want to learn from your managers. Not that your manager say, okay, I want to teach you this. Say, no, 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 you can't teach me this. And again, please, because I think I did that. I did that in my career growth where where I got um where I got I think I got another offer. You get it at that particular time. But at the end of the day, I rejected that offer. The money was far, far, far more. But where the role I was then, I was just given that role and I wanted.
Hi, hi, Mrs. Ronke. Hi, madam.
Oh,
Okay, she's here. Hi, ma.
you have to do. Focus on long-term value of what you want to become. Then you have to maintain your integrity, please. Maintain the integrity. It is very, very important. Be teachable. When your manager says, okay, this is what you should do. Some of us, me, I've done it before too. That's why I'm saying it. Like, this work is even too much. It's only me. But please, learn. Let them teach you so that you can pass that knowledge to younger, very young generation that are behind you, that are coming. So that's my advice.
Well, thank you so much, Ma. I've learned a lot so far today. Let's remember to stay connected on our website www.mrafricas.com and our socials on Instagram, X, and LinkedIn at mrafrica_ng. All right, thank you everyone for those wonderful questions coming in. Let's take a few moments now so we can hear our guest perspectives. Our first question is from Femi. What skills or habits should someone intentionally develop early in their QC career to remain relevant and grow professionally?
Okay, you see this question. I just opened the chat box when I saw this question. So I'll say for QCs, in QC career, I know it's very exciting field than QC. This one, they hardly go out of, they will get a certain age that you are just there. You are not moving up again. There's already roof. You can't go beyond that roof. But for QC, I want QC, if you're a QC person in your career, QC is not about quality, feed quality control alone. You can do quality assurance. You can you can swerve to compliance. You get what I'm saying? So it doesn't have to be quality control alone. That's feed quality control, because I know this is the aspect that this person is feed quality control. For you to remain relevant, you can grow, you can grow in compliance. You can do any of the certifications. You get it. In compliance, you have lead auditors. You have so many lead auditor certifications that you can do. But I've seen some QC, as in quality control, that me personally, I wanted to bring them, you get it, to this side of compliance, that okay, they should be able to do it. But when they get to compliance and see what compliance entails, they run back. So it's mindset, is determination. For QC, you can go in compliance, you can go in quality assurance, not quality control. There's so much about quality that is even more than quality control. So professionally, you can go in compliance, in quality assurance. There's some certifications that you can do that at least, even if you go to any other company apart from research, you get it, apart from research now, you can work in any organization and you still fit in.
All right, I'm sure Femi gets that. Thank you, Ma. So if I ask, is there a point where a young professional can have a contrary opinion, of our boss,
Promise or our
and
boss?
really go and say yes, Ma?
Okay, you can't, for me, you can't grow as a yes man person. If you work with me and you are a yes man person, I put you as your yes man subordinate. You get it? Though we have different managers, we have different leaders. Some don't like their subordinates telling them that, "Ma, this is wrong," or "Sir, I don't think we can do it like that." You get it? But you can grow as a professional when you have like contract. Your boss, they don't know it all. Oh. A boss can make mistake, but if you are pointing these corrections, do it respectfully. You get it? Do it respectfully. Let him or her see reasons why your opinion now is contrary to what is saying. By the time you explain very well, we are all human. If you explain very well with better and a very good understanding, your boss will not say shut up. But some of us, we too, some subordinates, they are arrogant. So an arrogant subordinate cannot grow under an arrogant manager. They can't work together. So even as a subordinate, as your boss says, okay, this is it, you two should be able to like come back. Sir, I think this, can we try it this way? If you come and meet me that you want to try this, I will leave you. Go and try it that way. If it works, I will appreciate it. If it doesn't work, okay, let's go back to my own. That's how it works.
All right, thank you. So what mindset helps professionals stay adaptable in changing industries?
Adaptable in changing industries. Mindsets. One is learning mindsets. Because where you are changing to a new environment, which is actually different from where you're coming from. So one, you should have this mindset that you are going to learn new things there. And two, have the mindset of acceptability, that you will accept them for who they are. Don't go there and go and be looking at them that this ones, they don't even know anything. You have to have it that, okay, you will learn new things, you will teach them new things. And as you are going there, have the mindset that, okay, you have to build, you have to start building new relationship. You don't just go there and look at it that you are coming from, you are not a manager, so they must worship you. You are coming from outside. So have a teachable spirit when you are changing industry. Please make sure that you know that you only know what you know. You don't know what they do in that organization or that industry. So be ready to learn new things there. And be ready to like
Hi, Mrs. Ronke. Hello. I think we
build relationship with people that you meet. Everything that you put together and it somewhere and focus on what they do there.
So, there are please, listeners, keep dropping your questions. But from my end, I would like to ask a question, Ma. At what point did since you started from being an interviewer to compliance, at what point did you say it is time and it is time for you to change? And were you very sure? Were you very sure that it was time to change?
Okay, this is my change. I like to try new things. I like to dig. If there's this new task or new approach to things, I want to try it. I want to see how it works. So then in Ipsos, I was just myself as an operational head of data collection then, right? And I just noticed. So there was we had ISO then, we were already certified in ISO. And I look at it that they were not, what even happened? The person that was doing that ISO, because the person was auditing us weekly, but why she was auditing, or he or she was auditing, I was looking at those things that were auditing. I was like, okay, how are they doing this thing? And I sat myself down. I started, when the person now left the company, I now took it upon myself. I started auditing my team myself. I started auditing my team myself. I was auditing operation just to make sure that the process is not defaulted, just to make sure that the just to make sure that the gaps are filled. And when the opportunity for compliance came, because I was not doing it, before I know it, company now said that Ronke, come and be helping us to do this thing. They added it to my role. Okay, now let me be helping you. So before I know it, they were even the one that said, Ronke, can you? They now said, okay, there's like a shift of career. There was like a vacancy or a new role that was already popping up in the region. I said, "Me, I can take it now, let me try." And that was how I changed from operation to compliance. So in my mind, I look at it that if I didn't try that, if I was not doing it, practicing it myself, I may not even know what to do. Nobody trained me. I trained myself. I was looking at the book, just reading my hand through it before I became an expert until one lady in South Africa, yes, helped me out. And I'm here.
Thank you, Ma. Our next question is from Bashir. Having a high expectation in one's career is lovely and great. How do you think one can manage his or her expectations when they don't come out the way he or she imagined it?
Thanks,
Hmm.
Christian.
They will not come out when you need it. It's just hard. I won't lie to you. It's just hard. It can be devastating because you think that okay, this is what you need and this is what you want. You are in fact you have high expectation for it, but if it doesn't come, I don't want to because if I want to talk. Me, I always look at things that if it's not coming, maybe doesn't want me to, you get it. I'm a believer, a strong believer of Christ. So we're like, okay, maybe God doesn't want it for me now. Then I should be patient. Let me grow myself more. Maybe I need to grow myself more to get to that particular you get a particular level. So you may not know that period you have high expectation for it, but when it's not coming, you have to grow yourself. Look at those things that you can use to grow yourself in that waiting period. I call it waiting period before you get to that level. Look for what you need to grow yourself so that by the time it comes eventually, it should be with it. It should be with like, okay, you are not struggling. You are not struggling in that level that you have been waiting for. So that period of waiting, everybody is different. Some people can be depressed because they don't get it at that particular time. But please, I want to tell you, respect that period and use it to grow yourself. You can do certification exam, you can go and do some courses just for you to like be able to like keep yourself busy before it comes. Growth is continuous. You can't just say because you are a manager now you have stopped or it has finished. No, you have to keep learning. You have to keep advancing. You have to keep improving yourself. So that period, the way to manage yourself is improve yourself so as to get to that expectation. By the time the expectation comes, you already know that, okay, you are now okay. But you know, when you are waiting, when you are expecting, and you are just there, you are not doing anything, and you are expecting, it will not work, because when it comes eventually, you will now go back to what you're supposed to have learned that period that you were waiting.
Mm. Thank you very much, Ma. I really like that question myself, and I like that you answered it the way you did. So Femi asks, you mentioned maintaining integrity and embracing growth, noting that growth is not a one-way process and that making mistakes is part of learning. You also emphasized the importance of being teachable and open to correction. What practical advice would you give to help someone build confidence and excel in quality control field?
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. For this, I said, okay, you make mistakes, and then you have to be teachable and open to correction. So my advice to someone to build confidence and then build quality, I want this person to the quality control field. Is this person talking about the QC in feed that goes to that backchecks interviewers, what is it called? Interviewers interview,
Internal
or
QC. Ma, this would
in,
be internal QC within the industry or within the organization rather.
okay. So
Yeah.
with the internal QC, I'll say the person, we have a lot of things to do with internal QC. You have data, you have people that do the data checks, forensic checks. You get what I'm saying? So you have to grow yourself. You have to, what I will advise is that there are so many certifications now about data analysis. Don't just say you want to clean data alone. You get what I'm saying? Don't say you want to clean data alone. Do you analyze it? Do you, because there's so many things that data control, that's internal, then QC. There's so many things that they do. But to me, I would still say it because that thing is, if you are not a data manager, if you don't analyze data and you are just there, that you are controlling, you are just in QC room, calling back respondents. When you call back respondents, whether they interview them, yes or no, you have to grow yourself more than that. You have to go to the level of, okay, if you have a manager, tell your manager, I want to learn about data management. I want to learn about analysis. You get what I'm saying? I want to learn about data forensics. You get it? Those things that you check. How can you interpret the data? If this is wrong, how do you want to do it? How can you clean the data if there's anything wrong? So don't limit yourself to that position that you are, that okay, they just call you, come and quickly do this and go. Make sure every now and then you upgrade yourself. There are so many courses on this thing that you upgrade yourself, you practicalize it, you learn, you can learn from your managers. And if you know that okay, you don't want to do internal control, you can see there are so many other QC um QC role that have certification that you can go into. So you can excel as in you develop yourself, please. And I don't know but you have to have like a good manager that will be able to transfer knowledge downwards. You know, some they don't know how to transfer their knowledge. It's just they want to acquire it alone, and when they are going, they go with it. But if you have somebody that you know that can transfer knowledge, instead of you closing that 5 o'clock, beg your manager to be giving you like take home work, take home work to do, and you do it and come back. So I've done this thing. Is it okay? Fine, it is not what you're supposed to be doing at that particular time, but it will help you to go a long way. Don't limit yourself to that. Yearn for more, ask for more.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm sure Femi got an answer to his question. Thank you to everyone who shared their question. My apologies to those whose questions were not read. I'm sure Ms. Ronke would have loved to answer your questions. Feel free to drop your questions in any of our social media platforms, X or LinkedIn at MRA_Africa_NG. Thank you, Ms. Ronke, for your thoughtful
Thank you,
answers.
Ma.
Thank you for sharing your time with us. We've had such a rich conversation today, and we've learned so many valuable lessons today. I know I have learned so many
Mine
valuable
too.
lessons today. On behalf of everyone here, I want to sincerely thank you for not just your professional wisdom, but also for reminding us about the power of integrity and consistency in our career growth. To our audience, I would like to leave you with this thought. What insights or lesson have you learned from today's conversation that you'll be taking home to your own career journey? Thank you all for joining us today. Bye for now.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye, guys.